AFC back with another video, and we're gonna make this quick and simple. We're gonna be talking about Rayan Cherki and his transfer that has officially been broken by Fabrizio Romano to Manchester City. They're only going to be paying up until to 35 million euros for the package, which is insane for the level of player that they're getting. This is what I like to call good business right here. And the type of player that they are getting is a player that is a big throwback to a lot of the old school number 10s. I'm thinking the likes of, James Rodriguez, Ozil. No, I was gonna say Kaká, but obviously not as good as Kaká or those guys. But he is in that same mold. Even just from like a statistical standpoint, you can see here, there's a lot of freaking greens, especially when it comes to assists, expected assists, chance creation. His dribbling as well is top notch. So you're looking at a guy that can pretty much do what you need to do creatively. And even when you look at his heat map as well, he's doing this while playing on both sides of the wings, as well as any minutes as a 10. So he's versatile, he's creative, he's essentially a cheat code, in terms of breaking down low blocks. And I'm thinking of maybe doing a couple of clips just to really kind of show some of what makes him really good. I think the main thing that honestly makes him so broken from a creative standpoint is his ability to generate space, be due to his close ball control mastery, as well as his ability to find really weird angles to pass the ball. I think those are the two main things. You obviously have other things like the way he actually strikes it, his ability to thread between defenders. But I think those are attributes that you would generally expect of any high volume chance creator. But I think those really first two things are really the things that separate him and give him as much hype as he does. Like, for example, of what I'm talking about, if you look at this assist here, right? You see the way there's 3 players surrounding him, and there's another defender going to one of his teammates. So there's a very small gap that he has to progress the ball. And you can tell with the way he's moving his feet that he's just kind of doing it to, keep the defenders at bay. But he already knows in his head what he wants to do with the ball. And you can see he just threads it through the defender's legs, and he's able to make lemonade out of very shitty lemons. Another example of what I'm talking about can be seen in this next clip here as well. So this one is even crazier. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 players surrounding him, and then there's obviously the 5th player over here. And you can see, again, he's able to just get just enough weight on the ball to lift it past all of them and get it to his teammate for his teammate to score a goal. And again, these are just a little bit of the smaller, finer details that really separates like the good from the great players, right? Like that ability to stay calm, to know what you're going to do and still execute it at that level is genuinely insane. Now, given all of the upside I've given about this guy, I haven't even talked about his ability to shoot, which is also very good as well. His ability to take set pieces. So generally, just on the ball, this guy is amazing, like genuinely amazing. So then that kind of begs the question: why is he going for such a low amount? And part of that is just because Lyon have screwed up financially, and they're not in a position of strength to sell off any of their players. If you know about their financial situation. But even moving beyond that, I guess the only real question at this point that needs to be answered is that the major weakness, I guess you could say, of Rayan Cherki is mainly his athleticism. He's not very athletic. He's not the quickest. He is stocky, but he's not very agile either. And so obviously, especially if you watched my last video, the question is going to be, how are the skills that he is good at on the ball going to translate to a more high intensity league? How is he going to handle the pressing responsibilities of a Pep Guardiola at City, where he's gonna have to run a lot more compared to at Lyon, where he's the main creative hub? How is he going to handle himself off the ball in terms of making off ball runs, because he's not going to be the main play initiator every single time in the same manner that he is at Lyon? So it's a lot more of how does this game going to translate when he's not going to be the main focus of attention on his team, right? Which has obviously been a lot of the same questions that a lot of classic number 10s have been asked as well, going into the transition into like what we have now in terms of quote unquote modern football. So I think those are going to be the major things to look out for, and I'd be interested in seeing how that works out for him. But overall, though, I think this guy technically, like on a fundamental level, amazing. He has just so many things in his locker in terms of how he can hurt his opponents, whether it's creatively, dribbling wise, shooting, like I said. So I do think this is a very low risk, high reward type of transfer. So shout out to Manchester City for being able to pull it off. All right, it's going to be my video for today. If you liked it, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. And most importantly of all, remember to have a good day.